mean, this is an investment, if it's anything, and she's putting money to have people do the work for her. We know she doesn't do the work. And sure, maybe she's made a couple jams in her downtime, but whatever. That's not how it works in the actual company. This is absurd. Absurd that she's above criticism. Why can't we just admire her? We're unfairly picking on her. Girl, you stole this whole brand from Flamingo Estate. Like, that's what the industry's reporting on. And this is a paid newsletter, mind you, so it didn't go as broad as it should have. We've reported on it. I will continue to report on it. You literally had meetings with this brand. You wanted to emulate Flamingo Estate. Flamingo Estate's a very high-end brand where you can buy, like, Will Ferrell's honey and all this stuff. Super expensive, limited quantity candles, honeys, oils, etc. The same kind of crap that she's going to be pumping out there. We don't respect your work. Girl, you didn't do any work. You're like, I'm famous now. I live in Montecito. I'm a royal. I should be overcharging for products to the rich because I'm so important. It'll make my brand seem more important. This isn't work. This is a brand adjustment you've created that you're selling to rich dummies. And we're supposed to just admire and gush over your work? You're a nobody. You're a nobody. You married a prince. You've done nothing of your own. You weren't even the lead in Suits, which wasn't even that big of a show until, suddenly Netflix made it a show. Now you're like, oh, yeah, Suits. Oh, yeah, you would never have talked about Suits if Netflix hadn't brought it back. What have you done? You're all charity. You don't do charity unless you're there getting a photo op doing the charity. You're not even charitable, in my opinion. You sign up, get people's money, and then give that money to other people who actually do the charity. And then you show up and do good. Well, you're showed up and working. Let's aside from the charitable, because this isn't charitable. Let's remember that. Aside from the charity, now you're trying to actually get a profit. And you literally stole it from them. Inspiration is a generous term since she appears to be all but trying to recreate Flamingo Escape herself after potential partnership fell through. Indeed, the trademark applications she filed mentioned candles, nut butters, diced fruit, vegetables, edible oils, yada, 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 cosmetic brushes, yoga mats, wellness items. This is what happens when you go to dinner at a Flamingo Estate and aren't invited back. She didn't get invited back. She wanted to be part of this business. She apparently tried. They were like, we don't need you. We don't want you. Bravo, Flamingo Estate. And after she had these meetings of trying to learn more about them, she stole all of it. She reviewed all the relevant company information that a potential investor would be privy to and intimate knowledge of other business. She then went and made her own. It is shameful what you did, Megan. Shameful. And I look at Flamingo Estate, I don't care about either, but at least they were the ones who created this idea to sell high-end items, to have Will Ferrell have his honey, and then he makes 100 jars of the honey. So therefore, it's a little bit more in demand because you want to try Will Ferrell's honey. I get it. It's not a terrible idea. If somebody wants to buy Will Ferrell's honey, great. But nobody wants to buy your jam is the problem, and you're just trying to copy that and now make your own. And you're going to make a massive profit off of items that are nowhere near the cost that you're selling them for because you're trying to paint yourself as someone who's more worthy, more elegant, more fancy than the rest of us plebs. And I'm not standing for it, and neither is anybody. This is a massive failure, and we're allowed to criticize you. He claims that Megan wasn't prepared for any possible criticism she might face. I mean, I do buy that. She never wants to accept any criticism about her.
Grab some.